Live from the Newman Cigar Studios in the great state of New Hampshire and the Gurkha Cigar Studios in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to the Smokin Tobacco Show with your hosts, Matt Tobacco and Kevin Acuff.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Smokin Tobacco Show. My name is Matt Tobacco from SmokinTobacco.com, and I'm joined once again by Kevin Acuff, my co-host from Las Vegas, Nevada. And tonight we're gonna do a little bit of blind smoking. Isn't that right, Kevin?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You talked me into this, so
I know. We talked the ladies into it too.
Interesting night. Yeah, we did. We actually had some help. So I have. I don't know. It looks like a some sort of a box press Toro Maduro, and then I have looks like a Toro. I'm gonna guess it's a Habano. Just looking at the wrapper.
I have what looks like. So I had Nicole pull out. She pulled out two cigars. I grabbed the shorter one because I don't anticipate being on here for too long, or at least long enough to smoke that. But I have what looks like maybe a 54 ring gauge, just shy of 6 inches, maybe a slightly longer Robusto, but definitely in the Robusto range. This is definitely in the Robusto range. It's got a nice medium colored, wrapper to it, coppery, definitely not Maduro, possibly Habano. Maybe, no, it's not quite red enough. I'm going to say this is probably a Habano. Just wild guess based on the shade of the brown. It's definitely not a Maduro. It's definitely not a Connecticut. Doesn't seem to be a sun-grown. I'm going Habano on this one. It's not bad.
Oh, this is definitely Habano.
It draws well. It's interesting. And I believe the rule was that we grab cigars that came out at the show. Stuff that's somewhat new.
This is something that's from the tradition. I'm not going to say that it's new, but it was given to us.
That's also a good point, too. You know what? You're right on that one. It doesn't necessarily mean it's new. But it's from the trade show. So that much I know. But anyway, so yeah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. See, Mitchell's here. Barbara's here. Ben is here. Also, I just want to let everyone know we are still running our 2024 Cigar Family Charitable Foundation fundraiser raffle. We have a couple grand in there already, but we still have plenty of time to go. And as always, prizes continue to be added. So today, thank you to Alexander Martinez, but you can now expect to see one box of each of the LFD and Tatuaje NFTs that he graciously donated. One box of each, so one winner each. Those will be going up later tonight, maybe tomorrow, on the raffle page. So that's another cool prize. But there's awesome stuff. I mean, there's samplers from Arturo Fuente. There's some super rare boxes from Arturo Fuente. Those samplers all have PJs in them and BBMFs and crazy stuff like that. So definitely don't sleep on it. I mean, there's cigars in there that everyone's been like looking for years. That like that's your chance. And there's 20 of those samplers, so you get 20 chances to win one of those samplers alone. Let alone the boxes that are up there too. Nicole and I are both going to make a sampler too with some really cool personal stuff that we have. The NFTs, LFD. As you know themselves, John Carney, was gracious enough to donate some stuff. JC Newman's got several things in there, including some experiences. There is ST Dupont Line 2. There's some other stuff that got added recently that just hasn't gone up yet because it like, just made it on there. Pete Johnson came back with his mystery pack that he did last year. So there's a lot of really good stuff up there, a lot of cool stuff. Some really like insane stuff, stuff that people are always looking for that, this might be the time for you to maybe get it. So definitely don't sleep on that. The money all goes to a great cause. If you've been following us the last few years, what CFCF is all about, and we'll certainly be talking about it more, but it's a great cause. It's for kids. I like to say it's more than just a school. I know it's kind of like, it's about the school that they go to in the Dominican and provides them with resources, but it's so much more than that, and it really helps their families too. and it's become more than just a school. It's turned into so many other opportunities for these kids, and we're just proud to be a part of it every year. So every dollar matters. Every dollar counts. Buy the raffle tickets. Donate money to what's one of the best causes out there in the world, but also in the cigar industry. But also you have a chance to win some really awesome stuff. Drew Estate's got stuff in there. The list goes on. If I didn't mention you, I didn't leave you out. It's just there's a lot of stuff, and it keeps, as always, I've learned this after 4 years of doing this. It just keeps people just keep adding and adding and adding and adding as we go. So there's more stuff in there too that we have to add. But yeah, really excited about it. And I see Alex is here tonight. So Alex, thank you again for that. We really appreciate it.
So it really makes me want to ask, can you just fire me now so I can donate and enter and have a shot to win some of these amazing? I mean, holy cow, really? I mean, there's some stuff in there that is just, it's almost like you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't donate to this amazing charity to have a shot at winning some of these things.
Oh, absolutely. That's very well said, Kevin. 100%. That is, couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, there's awesome stuff in there, and we've done serious numbers the last few years. I mean, serious numbers. I mean, anyone who's followed us, I mean, you know. I mean, it's been a huge success. So we're really proud of it, and there's been crazy prizes over the years, and just really, really excited about it. So, yeah, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't donate. So the link, if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, as well as if you're listening later, it'll be in the description. But yeah, the link to the actual raffle page is in the comments. I pinned it on Facebook, so it should always be right at the top there. So if you're looking for it, as you're watching the show, if you want to check it out or you want to donate, buy some raffle tickets, whatever, the link is in the comments. If you're watching anywhere else, because I know we also stream to like Twitter/X, whatever it's called these days, and LinkedIn, I will get it to you later, or send me a DM. Don't be shy. I won't bite. Send me a DM. I'll send you the link right away. Anyone also, if you're listening, you're watching later, whatever, you can't find it, I want it to be easy. Just message me. Don't please. Just anyone who's listening to this or watching this, just message me or Kevin.
Yep, message me. Yep. Either one of us, we can get you the info.
Anyone at Smokin Tabacco, really. If you message any one of us, we all have the link, so we can get it to you. Don't be shy. Just message any one of us. We'll text you the link right away, and it'll bring you right to the page. I know sometimes people, we put it out there everywhere we can, but I know sometimes people just it gets lost. So I want it to be easy. We'll get it to you. Don't worry. And yeah, let's raise some money. Let's start smashing some numbers here. This is going to be awesome.
Any of our listeners that have had a chance, to go to the DR or, really any of these countries, down in that area, you'll understand how big of a deal this charity is to help out down there.
Alex asked, am I allowed to enter? You are allowed to enter. It's just if you get picked for your own prize, I'm going to have to figure out how to redraw it. But yeah, no, you're game. You're game. If you donated a prize to this raffle, that does not mean that you cannot buy raffle tickets. You are the only people who are really ineligible is any Smokin Tabacco staff member, because it's kind of a conflict of interest. Although, Kevin, if you did want to donate to it, as I've said in the past, anyone who does have a conflict of interest, there is a way to donate the money without buying the raffle tickets. So which is totally fine. So if you do a general donation, there should be a tab on there. If there's not, somebody message me, please. But I believe it's on there. Because we've done it the last few years. There's a general donation button instead, so that you don't get raffle tickets, but you can still donate to the pot. So that is.
Well, we're definitely going to do that, and I think that we'll probably maybe throw a 10-pack from our collection as in there as well, because I don't have quite the obscure rare stuff that you have, but I do have some oddities here that would probably interest some people. So we'll go ahead and we'll throw an assortment of 10 into the raffle as well.
See, there you go. This is the thing I've learned. The first year we did it, people were adding some stuff towards the end, and I think the first year we did it, we kind of did it all on our own, and then the Fuentes were like, hey, we want to put some stuff in. And then we went to year 2, and it was kind of the same situation. And then last year, it was just we came out of the gate with a shit ton of stuff. And then from the first day till like literally the last day, I had people messaging me being like, "Can I put this in? Can I put this in?" And I got to a point where I was like, at the last 2 days, I'm like, "Look, I really appreciate it, but we're kind of at the point now where like this thing ends tomorrow, and like message me next year." Like we already got like 80 prizes. Like I was like, it's not that I don't appreciate it. It's just like we're literally at the end, and I just like we already have so much. Message me next year. So I've already begun to start to get some of those messages. So when I always say this, when in the beginning when we first start out, you see the list of prizes, and there's always good stuff, but like buy your raffle tickets if there's something on there that like if you're only in it for the prizes, and I know there's some people who are, buy your raffle tickets, because I promise you over the course of the whole thing, like 30 items are going to be added, and you're going to be like, because you know what will happen is they'll look at it, and there's people who only want the prizes, and they see it and they go, well, there's nothing on that interests me, I'm not going to donate. And it's like, well, just donate and buy your raffle tickets, because I promise you, after you go there and you forget about it, and then it ends, because this also happens to me. This is all like these are all like examples of like the things that I've learned or the things I've dealt with. So I promise you that once you look at it and you go, and you forget about it, there's going to be a shit ton of stuff on there that you do want, but then you forget about it and you didn't donate and you're not locked in. So lock yourself in, because then when it's over and you go, oh, Steve Saka added like a bundle of like Ligas from like 15 years ago that like, oh man, I so would have wanted that. Well, you should have bought your raffle tickets, and then you would have been locked in regardless. So don't sleep on it. That's all I have to say. Because
Get them now.
I stress this because these are situations I deal with every single year. So I'm not just saying this because I'm like, hey, let's buy like. No, I'm telling you because I don't want to get the hundreds of different DMs from like all these different issues. I'm like, I tell people every year this is what to do, and then they don't listen, and then at the end they're like, oh, I missed out, and I'm like, I told you, you should just buy your raffle tickets. So. I'm trying to help you out. I'm giving you I'm giving you the keys to success right here. So, you know, if that's what you're all about, like, great. You know, this is how you win. So, Bruce Dark, when I buy a raffle tickets, it's usually just a donation anyway. Well, I think he means that he doesn't get picked. Although I'm pretty sure that Bruce won something one of the years. I thought he did.
That's usually my MO.
But
I mean, literally.
But
we do it today. I mean, there are some cool prizes. Definitely do it for a chance, but just
do it for the cause.
It's the right thing. Yeah, do it for the cause because it's the right thing to do.
100%. I mean, that's what I mean. It's about like, we do it because of the cause. I mean, if I wanted to just raffle stuff off, I would just raffle stuff off and keep the money. We do it for the cause, and you know, we do it the way we do it to help, you know, bring the awareness and raise the money for it, so that way we can give those kids as much as we can. So that's why we do it. But yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, I've had people who say like, oh, you know, I donate every year and I don't get it, and it's like, look, like it's not, you know, it's all automated first of all, so the computer picks it all at random. It picks it out of, especially the last 2 years, based on the amount we raised. I mean, I want to say, I'm trying to like think of like total, like last year alone, I want to say the total was like 50,000 tickets or like 80,000 tickets in like individual tickets, something like that. Because then like based on like the way it works, there's also people who like can get free bonus tickets if they share the link that they get at checkout. Because after you donate, when you get to the end, they'll be like, oh, like share this link, and if your friends use it to donate, then like you get bonus tickets. So like there's all these like extra ways people get tickets. So like there's like 60 something thousand tickets, right? That thing picks through. So like, yeah, there's a lot of fucking tickets. And then you have to remember there's a few people who donate very large sums all at once. So then they get like an entire percentage of all the tickets. So yeah, I mean, I get it. But at the same time, again, it's about the cause, and it's a great cause, and it's one of the best causes out there. I've personally been down there, as has Nicole. I've met these kids. I've been to this facility. It's truly top notch. The Fuente and Newman families, you know, this is their thing. They cover all the administrative costs, you know, which is huge. You know, that's really important to mention, because there's a lot of charities out there they don't do that. They don't tell you that. But like it's very, important to know they cover all administrative costs. All this money goes right to the kids. I mean, this is like
That's huge. That's huge because administrative costs. That's typically when in a charitable donation type of situation, the administrative cost is typically a big chunk of where the money goes.
100%. Yeah. So again, yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Because yeah, I mean that's why. I mean that's like so stressed. Is like all this money goes to them. Like they take care of that other stuff. And believe me, it's a lot because there's a lot going on down there. But it truly is. It's an amazing cause. Let me see. Oh, Bruce, 2 of the years. It was. I think he means he got picked 2 of the years. It was just a joke. I know. Bruce is good. He's a good shit. You know, he always shows out. He always shows up, and you know he's awesome. So we appreciate everyone who's donated, and it's like I said, it's an honor to be a part of it every year. So, but we have a long way to go, and there's a lot of more prizes to add. So don't miss out now. Kevin, let's talk about couple of things. Well, we don't know what we're smoking, so we can't really talk about that. But what we do know is, as always, sorry I keep yawning, it's been a long day.
Yeah, stop that shit.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. What we do know, though, is that we get all of our cigars from 2guyscigars.com. Well, I get them from 2 Guys Smoke Shop because I live here, so I can just drive 7 minutes down the road in the great state of New Hampshire and buy all my cigars tax-free. But you, at home, can also buy from them. That's right. The number 2, guyscigars.com. Amazing selection of cigars. I mean, they're one of the biggest retailers. They got everything. Head over there. They got cigars, cigar accessories, you name it, whatever you need. That's the place to be. Now, I can't tell you can find the cigar there because I don't know what it is. You probably can because they carry everything. So just head over there now. But we cut and light our cigars with ST Dupont products. That's right. I'm using the Biggie lighter, flat flame lighter. Every week I tell you about the flat flame. I'm not going to keep doing it. You already know. It's awesome. It's like a soft flame. It's the best jet lighter you can get. ST Dupont. It's quality. It'll last you a lifetime. Shake up the legacy. ST Dupont. But yeah.
I am using the Slimmy.
Oh yeah, you got the Slimmy, the slightly smaller one. And we're actually going to be swapping these out soon too. So we'll have a new set of lighters coming up soon, which is going to be awesome. I don't know what we're going to get, but I know it's going to be something new, so I'm excited. Are you frozen? I can't tell if you're frozen. Oh no, you were very fucking still. I'm like, damn it, did I already lose, Kevin?
No, I'm still here.
Well, let's talk
You can't
about.
get rid of me that easy.
Well, let's talk about what we're at least tasting out of these cigars. We don't know what they are, but let's talk about what we're tasting out of these cigars. I'm gonna let you go first because I'm a gentleman, and I'll let you go first.
How about that?
How about that cigar?
So,
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
I want to say I've smoked this before, but it's just it's very familiar to me, but I just can't put my it wants to jump out what it is, but I can't. I can't. I smoke so many damn cigars. It's so hard to remember.
I almost have the same kind of feeling. It's funny that you say that. It's weird.
But,
I almost like.
But this has it's got a really nice peppery finish to it. It's earthy, a little bit of salty, a little bit of floral.
A little bit of floral. That's an interesting one.
And it's like I know I've had it before. I mean, it's just I'll probably feel dumb by not knowing what it is. Maybe if I smoke it a little bit more, something will just come out and hit me.
It
produces a ton of smoke. I mean, it almost smokes like it almost has smoke output like Drew Estate, but it just the size doesn't lead me to Drew Estate because it's probably like a 6x52. So it's a skinny Toro.
I was gonna say I did this with Carney one time. I pulled out a cigar and I gave it to him. I think he was like with me, and it was a I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you what it is now. It was an Arturo Fuente Añejo 46, and I gave it to him because I knew, like, all right, I want to see. I know it's a cigar he knows. And I was like, I want to do this because I'm curious to see how quick he gets it. And so I gave it to him, And that's why I love doing this. It's so funny because it's like I'm like, all right, he knows this fucking cigar, like, like it's, what he had for breakfast this morning. So I gave it to him, and he right away he's like, yeah. He's like, this is like Nicaraguan. I'm like, really? Wow, okay. He's already going out into left field. And he was like going on and on. He kept saying these things, and he was like, what is it? I'm like, I want you to figure it out. And we just kept going and going. And he kept throwing random shit out there. And then I finally was like, do you want to know what it is? He's like, yeah. And I told him, and he was like, wow. He just was like beside himself. And I'm like, yeah, man, he did not figure that out. And I was like, I'm surprised. And even he said, he's like, I know this cigar too. I'm like, I know.
That's what's frustrating. Like, if you guys, people that are watching it, it's like, do yourself a favor, have your husband, wife, significant other, whatever, have them take the bands off. And especially if it's a cigar that you really like. I mean, obviously, if it's like a daily go-to or something that you're going to be able to tell what it is right away, don't do it. But I mean, you have them take the band off of something that you've smoked
Somewhat
before,
familiar.
that you know that you like. It makes a difference. I mean, it really does.
Yeah, I think that there's a mental thing about you pick a cigar and you know what the band is, and you start smoking it, and you're like, oh yeah, I know what this is fucking, it's an LFD, it's Cameroon Cabinet, like I know what this is. But like when you don't know what it is, it's like tricking you a little bit. You like trick your mind, like, oh, and I feel like it's because you're scrambling to try to figure it out that you're thinking about it too much, and you're just like, oh, this is like fucking Colorado Claro from like, Honduras, and you're like, no, not even close. It's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes people get it. Sometimes people get close, and I think that, to be fair, that does happen. People do get close when they do this, but a lot of times you see people just like they get so left field, and then you tell them what it is, and then they're like, oh damn, how did I fuck that up? And you're like, yeah, I know, it's random, but it's fun.
I mean, when I used to review for Blind Man's Puff, there was several times like when I get the cigar and I look at it and it's just like, man, it looks familiar, smells familiar, then cut and light it. And it just like, as I'm sitting here and I'm like looking and I glance over at the humidor and then I'll see it. And I'm like, oh, that's what it is, or I'll just know like right out of the gate what it is.
Right.
But for the most part, though, it's a fun experience. It really is.
My cigar, I don't have a lot of pepper to it. It's definitely spice, dry spice, cinnamon, nutmeg, slightly floral, a little bit of nuts, a little nutty, cashew, like a dry cashew, unsalted,
So
roasted.
You're having like the classic Habano-y type Habano wrapper, so to speak.
The fermentation on it's pretty good too. It's pretty clean. Whatever it is, it's clean. The tobacco's is good tobacco in it, and it was fermented and aged right. It's nice and clean. You get all the right flavors. Not a lot of sourness. Not a lot of bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mature. But yeah, it's dry. It's nutty. Dry spice. No pepper. Slightly floral on the back end, like slightly, just to give it a little softness to it. Not a lot of strength to it. A lot of different flavors going on there, but not a lot of strength, which is nice. It's not very overpowering. It's still I'd call it maybe mild medium. Medium. It's good. It's nice. Whatever it is, it's nice. I feel like I can really smoke it and enjoy it, but there's not anything to take away from it. There's not an overpowering sense of strength or flavor. There's no bitterness to it. Construction's nice. It burns right. It's burning pretty even. Draws great. The wrapper tobacco, I mean, you look at the wrapper tobacco on this, I mean, this is a nice quality wrapper. I don't think that this is a lower budget cigar, like a bundle cigar. I wouldn't say that. This is definitely a solid premium cigar, probably between $10 and $13. Maybe 15 if I had to take a stab at it based on how it smokes, how it looks, how it tastes. It's solid. This is a very solid cigar, whatever it is. It's solid. If you had to guess, like, the price range that your cigar is, what would you say it is?
I would say in the $12 range probably would be my guess. I mean, it's smoking like a it, it's smoking like a premium in that price range. I mean, it has good flavor,
Yeah.
a ton of smoke output. Just like you said, it has like really good draw, really good construction. I mean, I don't know if you can really tell. I mean, it's burning nice and even. The smoke output, though, like I said, smoke output from this thing is crazy.
This has good smoke output too, actually, now that you say that. Not like yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. Like not quite like Drew Estate, like a Liga, something real oily. But
Yeah, it
like
doesn't have that blue smoke, but it's like a heavy smoke.
But there's a lot of smoke here. Yeah, whatever this is, it's definitely smoking. It's making some smoke here, which is nice.
Flavor wise, this is leading me down like it's reminding me of Wildfire cigars.
Really?
His cigars have just a really unique. They have a distinct flavor to it. I don't know if that's it or not, but it's just it's getting some of that to it. I don't know if that's what it is or it isn't, but and I'm sure Barb's going to chime in because she knows what it is. So
Nicole knows what this is. So
Bruce Stark says, I'm not good at this at all. What's floral mean? So floral means that like if you're like out in the flower garden and you just get, the aromas of like fresh flowers or whatnot, that's kind of what sits in the palate. Because I mean, when you're smoking cigar, a good majority of the taste is with your nose. I mean, it's not, not with your tongue. It's like when you retrohale and it's on your palate, that's where the majority of the good flavor comes from. And that's kind of where the floral notes sit.
yeah, one of the like a lot of the times like floral, like for example, a lot of Cubans are floral heavy. That's very common. For
They're
Cubans
floral
as
heavy,
well.
and they have that minerally note, like
Yeah.
that aroma that you get like rain on concrete.
Yeah.
That's that musty, minerally kind
Yes.
of aroma.
Yes.
A lot of Cubans have that in it. And I'm purposely not drinking bourbon tonight because I wanted to be able to taste this and
right.
see. It's killing me because I have it here, but I'm not drinking it.
So Nicole's already started to fuck with me. So she said, "Which cigar did you choose, the smaller or the bigger one?" I said, "The smaller one." And she said, "LOL, it's one you wanted to smoke." Meaning, I have not had it, but it was on my list of things to try. As I'm pretty sure is what she means. So it's something that I did want to try.
You know what's funny?
But that doesn't really narrow it down because I want to try a lot of stuff. So that doesn't really give it away.
Had I thought about this more, we should have had the wives tell, like Nicole should have told me, Barb should have told you what each one of us was smoking, so we knew what the other one had.
We can still do that.
But Barb asked, "What am I chiming in on?" It's like, well, I'm thinking it's a Wildfire, but I don't know for sure if it is or it isn't.
All right, I want to say, I'm throwing it out there. Country of origin, Dominican. What do you think you have?
Same.
Yeah. I'm thinking this is Dominican. Now, if this was a Nicaraguan Habano, I feel like I would have like it'd be similar. It would be similar, but I would have a lot more oomph to it, a lot more strength. Something's telling me this is a Dominican Habano cigar. And I'm trying to figure out now, if I was to guess, based on that, try to go a step further and be like, all right, how well do I know my shit, right? What factory would this be? That's where it gets kind of dicey because
Yeah, I'm not that in tune, even remotely close.
look, I will say there are probably a half a dozen, maybe a little more factories that I do smoke so much of that I do know it, and it's half the reason why I picked those cigars to smoke, because I'm like, well, I know, first of all, I like the brand, but like it comes out of this factory, and like I like the shit that comes out of there, and I know what they taste like. For example, like, there's, and I'm not saying I would get it every time. I'm not saying, like, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying that I would have a good chance of maybe guessing it because I do smoke so many cigars. I'm familiar with just kind of the patterns and stuff of the stuff that comes out of there. I'm trying to pinpoint this one, though. I haven't made a decision yet, but I'm trying to pinpoint this one. There's one that's sticking in my mind. I don't want to say it yet, though, because I want to smoke more of the cigar before I actually commit to it. There's like one, maybe two factories where I'm like, it might be this. It might be this. Granted, if I got the Dominican right, I could be wrong. It could still be Nicaraguan. It could be Honduran.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is the beauty of it. This is the beauty of it. This is why we do this.
And what's funny is, like, when you think that you're starting to learn tobaccos and stuff, and you do something like this, then you're like, you get humbled right quick and in a hurry, because a master blender, I am not. I mean, I have a pretty good palate, but I'm still trying to learn, the different regions and the different countries and where the tobaccos come from and whatnot.
All right.
So
I know what you have, and apparently,
and I know what you have. And you're laughing, so that means I should know what this is.
Not necessarily, because I don't know how much of that brand you smoke. I could be. I just. And that's not saying because I think you don't a lot or you do. I just don't know. I don't, because we don't really. I mean, I know your favorites, but like, I don't know everything you smoke. And I know you. Well, let me back up before I get myself into trouble. I know that you smoke pretty much almost everything, because I know you also like to try a lot of new stuff, right? So I know you do smoke a very wide spectrum. So I
do. It's like, and that's where, I really haven't gotten myself, like, I guess, pigeonholed into the, I like this brand, I smoke a lot of that brand or whatever. It's like when I catch myself going back to, like, if I reach in the humidor for something that's familiar, a lot of times I'll put it back and grab something else just so I can smoke something different. I'm a master smoker, not a master blender.
That's the fucking truth, though.
No shit.
Alex is right, though. I mean, everyone should be a master smoker. I mean, if you're a regular cigar smoker, you should be a master smoker. You should be able to, master blender. Man, that's a craft. That's a craft, and there's a lot of love and respect there. A true master blender. I mean, a guy you give him raw tobacco and he just rolls it into a fuma, and he's just like, this is from fucking this place, blah blah blah. It's like, damn.
All right, so let's go back. So since we both know what the other one has, let's go back. Let's go to the country of origin thing. So, am I right thinking this is Dominican?
Actually, hold on a second. Do you know specifically which cigar I'm smoking, or do you just know the brand? Because I
know specifically which cigar you're smoking.
I only know what brand you're smoking. I actually don't know specifically what cigar it is.
Well, then Barb needs to tell you that.
Yeah. I got excited when I saw the brand name, but then I'm like, oh, I don't actually know which cigar it is. Yeah, she said he's smoking a blank and the other is a blank, but she only gave me the brand names. So now I need to know which.
looking at this one almost looks like a um, yeah. This looks like this looks like the All Saints dedication.
Ooh,
This one,
that's a very specific guess without even smoking it.
just from the size and the shape.
That's interesting. Well, I do know what it is, so I'm not going to tell you yay or nay yet. Let's see if Barbara can figure out which one that was. Because then that'll tell me, because I'm not sure. To be honest, and I should know, but off the top of my head, I don't know if this brand uses the same factory for everything, so I want to make sure. All right. So, in the meantime, while I wait for Barbara to get back to me, you know what I have. Is this Dominican?
It is not.
Really? Oh. Oh. Is it Nicaraguan?
Yes.
Is it Plasencia?
It is not.
That threw me for a loop. But once it went Nicaraguan, I'm like, all right, off the bat, Plasencia? No. Okay. A cigar I wanted to try. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get real specific. So it's Nicaraguan, and it's something I wanted to try. She didn't tell me how bad I wanted to try it, but she did tell me I wanted, like, this was probably one that I was like, oh, I want to try that. All right. I almost feel like I just reset the whole thing, because now I have to reassess the whole situation here. I mean, well, no, the flavor, I already know what the flavor is, and all the other stuff. I mean, that doesn't change. It's Nicaraguan. Let me see. Did Barbara ever get back to me? It was. Oh, Nicole said something to me.
Yeah, for this to be
You weren't exactly that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Man, I have no idea what the fuck this is.
Is this Crowned Heads?
No.
I'm also trying to remember what was in that fucking bag. Like, what did we have left that we took home? I'm like, what did we have left? Like, I don't even remember what was in there. I know there was, like, some Crowned Heads, maybe some Plasencia, there was some Hoya. Like, what else was in there that was, like, in this range? Oh, man. This is going to kill me. I really want to know what blend you have. Oh. Okay. All right. She told me. I have to look this up now just to be sure. So that, because then I can tell you. Nicole's giving me a lot of information on my, not like she's trying to like hint. She's
no,
like,
I mean no more hints.
Yeah, she's like, think of your favorite factories. I'm like, no, because I'm gonna feel worse if I don't get it, because I should fucking know. Oh man. All right, so I do have the blend you have. I'm just looking this up to make sure that I have yeah, right, here we go. Yep. Oh, okay. Now I know your full blend breakdown here. Okay. Where was it made? All right. So I will tell you, your wrapper is incorrect.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Is not.
Is it a natural?
It's not Habano. It is Actually, no, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
It's not sun grown.
It's a I'm reading a little bit more about this particular blend because I wasn't. All right. All right. I have all the information that I need for you now. Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
You are right that it's Dominican.
Okay.
It's not Habano. And
Really?
I know the factory.
It's not Habano.
And I don't even know if you're going to guess the wrapper. It's very
Why is it?
specific. It's very specific.
Is it? It's a very specific wrapper.
Yeah. I would tell you the wrapper as long as you don't like try like looking it up and cheating, but I would tell you the wrapper just to throw you off.
Let me stew on it for another couple of minutes.
But it uses something.
I mean,
specific.
it tastes like it has some Sumatra in it.
Okay. You might not be far off.
Huh.
You might not be far off.
I might not be far off.
Although
I might be.
you might be.
So if I'm in the country of Ecuador, does that get me close?
You get closer. You're close on both accounts. I'll give you that. You got two of the you got those two. Those are both right. But what I will tell you to further mindfuck you is that both of those things are not on the same piece of tobacco. So you got both.
Okay,
you do have both of those, but they're two different pieces.
So I have wrapper, binder, or filler from Ecuador.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you have two different parts of the three.
Okay. So you tell me there is Sumatra in this then?
Yes. Is this Habano? I don't know if I asked you that. Is this a Habano?
It is. It is not.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So we both went Habano and we were both wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. I said Dominican. I was wrong. It's Nicaraguan.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Habano. Oh, man. I'm completely thrown off now. Are you as thrown off as I am? Alex,
But what you're tasting and then reading the blend, I can see why you're tasting what you taste.
JJ said, how about a rating halfway through? I'm almost halfway through. I mean, I don't know. I'd give this like a solid 89. It's good, but it didn't wow me. It's, it's consistent. But, it didn't, I'm also only halfway through.
Yeah, I'll say this tastes young.
Mine's not super aged, but it doesn't taste.
Yeah,
Doesn't taste underaged.
This isn't super old tobacco. I mean, it doesn't taste like it's not like, it's not like fresh, but it's not super well aged either.
Mine's aged enough where it's, like I said, it's clean. It's not, but I mean, it's not like pure. You know what I mean? It's not vintage. Like I said, it's still like I'd put it average price range, but a good average price range. I feel like, the more we do this, All right, I got my price range right.
How about me?
I think so. What did you, remind me what you said?
I said about $12.
Yeah, you're pretty close. You're pretty close. I think I said between like what 10 to maybe 13 originally, and I know I'm in there. I know it's not Micallef, because this is the only new cigar would be the blue. I know this is not the blue. It's too big to be the blue.
Yeah, because the blue is the blue's what like it's a 54, right? The Toro.
Actually, wait a minute. No, because
It's
I don't think this is the Micallef blue, because I don't think the Micallef blue was this big in terms of ring gauge. I feel like it was a little thinner than this. I don't know. I'm struggling on this one. Once I found out it was Nicaraguan, it threw me off. And now I'm just lost. I was like, I almost had this dialed in. And it's almost 9, so I didn't even realize how late it was. Why don't we take a quick break and talk about the news? And I can give my mind a break. You can give your mind a break. Because I just see you over there stewing, and I feel like I'm in the same boat. So let's talk about
well, it's
news.
just like it's like it's like. Fuck, I feel like I should know what it is, but anyhow, I'm not going to interrupt the news. That's
No, Nicole said this. She's like, you should know this by now, and I'm like, fuck. And now I'm just I'm just thinking too hard about it.
You should know this.
Oh man, is it a brand that like I like?
Yes.
Oh fuck me, I'm gonna feel dumb. That's why I hate doing this, because then every time I'm just like, oh, I should know this. Like, how did I not pick up on this? Let's see. Our news is once again brought to you by Micallef Cigars, featuring all of the new colors from Micallef: the black, the blue, maybe more to come. I don't know. We'll see. See if they keep this up. Get the whole spectrum. Bolivar, Cofradia Oscuro. Let me try that one more time. The Bolivar, Cofradia Oscuro debuts on May 1st, today. The Bolivar portfolio will soon expand to include a 3-cigar collection called Bolivar Cofrida Oscuro. The new medium plus blend ships to retailers today, May 1st. It is a complex 5-country blend. It is made with an aged Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, an Ecuadorian Sumatra binder, and Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Honduran filler. This is a bold and meaty smoke that juxtaposes peppery notes with hints of coffee and chocolate and delivers lingering notes of earth and spice on the finish. Handcrafted at Hatza in Honduras and presented in old-world-style wooden packaging, Bolivar Cofradia, sorry, I don't know why I'm struggling with that word, Oscuro is distributed by Ford Cigar Company. It's available in 3 different sizes, a 5x54, a 6x54, and a 6x60, with a price range of $6 to $8. Yeah, no surprise. The General's always got a lot of releases in a calendar year. We just saw a lot at the trade show. So now that it's been a beat, we're seeing more stuff rolling out. So really, interesting to see. And yeah, it does. You can read the story on SmokinTabacco.com, but it's in the classic raw, like almost old Cuban style box, as the classic Cuban name would suggest. I think that was a nice touch, even though it's not made in Cuba. At least that one. It's not the Cuban version of Bolivar, but it was a nice homage, nice touch. But yeah, you can read more about that at SmokinTabacco.com. I've always liked the Bolivar line, like both the Cuban and the non-Cuban. I've always liked them.
Yeah, that's actually a very tasty cigar. I mean, especially for the money.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those cigars. We always talk about cigars that hit above their price point. That's definitely a cigar that hits above its price point. I mean, obviously, I haven't smoked the new one yet,
Right.
But the regular Bolivar Cofrida, I mean, that's a cigar that if you walk into a humidor and you see it, it's going to be good when you pick it up and smoke it. So
Yeah, 100%. I mean, a lot of those real big brands, like the General stuff, Altitas. I feel like sometimes there's a stigma, and they kind of get pigeonholed as like, well, they're not that great because they're big companies. That's not true. Sometimes the big companies make great stuff because they have the resources to make great stuff. You know, think about it. I mean, a big company, they have more money to buy more tobaccos and buy good tobaccos, and they can buy up a whole crop if they wanted to. You know, because they have the kind of cash flow that a smaller brand might not. So yeah, no, I mean they've done a good job. I mean, there's certain stuff that certain companies make that I just personally don't like, but yeah, I know the Bolivar has always been one that I've always really enjoyed. From General, it's good. I mean, I like the Cuban ones too when I have them, but yeah, no, the ones from General are great too, and I like how they keep a lot of the classic heritage, you know, styling to it too. But yeah, they're well made. They're very well made. But that will be our news for this week. And like I said, you can read more about it at smokintabacco.com. It's up there. Ask your local retailer for those today. All right, let's go back to this, and we're going to have to start wrapping up the show, which means we're going to have to start figuring out what these are. So what I will tell you, your second cigar that you didn't smoke, you were 100% correct. If that makes you feel better.
I smoke a lot of All Saints, and it's just like looking at that. It's just like as soon as I looked at it, it's like I got a pretty good idea what this is, so that's why I grabbed this
one. That cigar is a brand that I don't know if you smoke a lot of. And so that's why I think you're going to struggle a little bit more with it. And I think you've smoked a decent amount of cigars out of that factory, though. I mean, it's a pretty reputable factory. It's a very reputable Dominican factory. Good size. Been around for a while. Definitely not new. I could give you one more clue, and you'd get the factory. You probably would guess the brand wrong, but you would get the factory based on this one thing. Because
very reputable Dominican factory.
There's one kind of there's this very, very specific kind of tobacco that's in there that once I say it, you'll definitely know what the factory is. If you don't, then I don't know. But if you want me to tell you, I'll tell you.
Okay.
It has andullo in it.
La Aurora.
So you get the factory right. But it's not a La Aurora branded cigar. But it was made in that factory.
Oh fuck, I have no I'm gonna go with that the Sumatra in this has gotta be binder.
Yes.
Because the wrapper just doesn't have that Sumatra look to it.
The wrapper is... Sorry, I had it, and like now I'm like trying to... I moved down the page. Hold on. Where is it? It's HVA Ecuador. Havana, Valletta, Abayo.
I have no idea. That's one I would not get. I mean, I don't know. There's no idea. I don't think I've even heard of HVA.
Are you stumped? Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Well, we gotta play with yours here for a minute.
All right, I'll let you have one more thinking session. Let's play with mine before I throw in the towel.
So yours is a Nicaraguan puro.
It's Nicaraguan puro. So this is all Nicaraguan. It's not Habano. Is it sun-grown?
No.
I was gonna say I don't think it is, but I had to rule it out. It's not.
And I'm not going to tell you the factory, because if I tell you the factory, you'll get it right away.
Is it my father? Yeah, it's my father. You hesitated. Is it a My Father branded cigar?
It is not.
But it came out of the factory.
Mm-hmm.
I know it did. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, this is a My Father cigar. Is it Tatuaje?
No.
So it's not Tatuaje. It's not My Father. It's not Crowned Heads.
There's a lot of cigars that come out of that factory.
I know. I'm trying to eliminate them all. So it's not Tat. It's not My Father. It's not Crown Heads. We didn't get, I don't think we got the Noblesse samples from Ashton. So I know it's not that. Who else?
I will say that this is a cigar that I want to smoke as well.
Trying to think. What else was coming out of that factory? Fonseca?
Nope.
Which is one of their brands, but... Oh, man, I'm stumped. Nicola texted me. This is funny.
So, did you want one more clue?
Wait a second. Does my father own this brand, though? It might not be a My Father labeled cigar, but do they own the brand?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe they do, maybe they don't.
Well, because I'm thinking now, like, wait a minute. There's a couple of things. Oh, my God. What am I missing?
A band to tell you what the name is?
Now that I know it's a My Father cigar, and I go back and I think about it, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a My Father cigar. But I'm trying to figure out what fucking brand it is. And I'm also trying to think, like,
So
all right,
what was your
came out at the
again on
show?
price? What was your guess again on the price?
I said between like $10 to $13. You said it was 12.
You're right on the money. Actually, it's I'm actually not going to tell you, but it's a little bit more than what you were thinking.
Really?
Yeah, not much, but a little bit.
Like $15? Or more than that?
I'm just going to say you said the 12, 13. I'm just going to tell you it's a little bit more than that. If I
Okay. No. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Oh, I'm so stumped now. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out, but I also know we're running out of time. And to be fair, I'll be honest with you. My mind has been so disconnected recently from like the show and like cigar stuff that I can't even remember everything that like I saw and everything that I wanted to try. So as much as like I know everyone else thinks this should be easy, my mind is just not really on par at the moment. So I just feel a little bit like disconnected. But I know once I know it's gonna come rushing back and be like, oh yeah, I remember that one now. But do you give up on yours?
I have no idea.
Well, I'll tell you the brand is Fratello.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not familiar to me really at all. I mean, I smoke some Fratello. I mean, just like the class, just the regular Fratello classics. And I really like the Nevada, so I know it's not that because that's not new. Is it a new Fratello?
I think it's been out for a couple years.
Oh.
If I remember correctly.
Well, it's not an Arctic one because those are box press.
No. Yeah, I think it's been out for a couple years.
It's not a boxer because that's box press. And it's not one of the camo series because none of those have a Sumatra wrap. Well, actually, one of those I think has a Sumatra wrapper, but they don't have a Sumatra binder. I give.
It's the Texan.
What?
Yeah, Fratello.
I thought the Texan isn't that big, huge honking like 7 3/4 by 58 like slobber knocker cigar.
I think they make a size that big, but I was told it's the Fratello, the Texan, and that you
All
were
right, I'm
right
gonna have
about
to.
the All Saints.
I gotta look that up because I could have sworn the Texan was like that huge, massive. Obviously, named the Texan for a reason.
Yeah.
So you're gonna give one more guess, or are you done?
I don't know. I'm hitting the wall here. Is it a Don Pepin?
It is.
It is?
It is.
Is it the Don Pepin? Oh, wait a minute. I know what this is now. You said it's a Puro?
Mm-hmm.
Was it? I can't even remember. I think it was a limited edition, or it was, and like now I think it's a core line, or it's a regular production. Was it that Don Pepin like Anniversario or whatever that was? There was like some kind of celebratory Don Pepin that came out with a brown band. I want to say. What was that fucking cigar? It's one of those, right?
It was a TAA cigar.
It's a TAA. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm thinking of.
I mean, I wouldn't say the band is brown, but
What's that fucking cigar I'm thinking of?
You're
What's that fucking cigar I'm thinking of?
You're in the wheelhouse.
I'm picturing the cigar. It's somewhat new, isn't it? Like last year or this year?
Last year.
Is it the Don Pepin Vintage?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, that's what this is?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I would buy more of these.
And you were right on the money with the score as well. I know, like one of our friends in another media source rated it a 90. So
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like. So what wrapper's on here?
Corojo 99.
Wow, I was way off. But it makes sense. It's not. There's a lot of flavor here, but it's not overpowering, and it's not. Yeah, I can. Now that I know, I can see it. Okay, it's all coming together. It makes sense.
Yeah, because I mean, it should be like it's definitely like a full body cigar, but it shouldn't be. It should be medium full strength wise. I would think if it's the typical out of that factory. Flavor bomb without freaking
It's made well.
knocking your socks off with the nicotine.
That's definitely a My Father's cigar. I mean, it's fucking made well.
Yeah, so I miss
good.
this. I miss this completely. So the Sumatra is what's given me the familiarity on the flavor on this because I do like Sumatra cigars. I've smoked a lot of those recently.
When Barbara told me what it was, I immediately kind of felt like, ugh, this is gonna be hard because I was like, I don't think he smokes a lot of that brand.
Yeah, that's one I never would have got, which is actually a good thing to give me blind.
Yeah.
Unlike the All Saints that I didn't even have to light it, I could just look at it and tell what it was.
Now I just want to know what this other cigar. Did she tell you what my second cigar was?
No.
I mean,
wait, I don't know. Maybe she did. Hold on. Let's see.
it's hard to guess. I mean, it's not like yours. I feel like it was pretty easy for you to figure out based on the box press and the size. And this looks very generic without a band on it. So without smoking it, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, this one's like this Fratello. It's really rustic. I mean, it's it's toothy, bumpy.
This cigar is great though.
A lot of bumps.
I think I'm trying to think back, and yeah, this was one that I wanted to try. I don't think it was one I was like, oh, like I got but like I was like, oh yeah, I want to try that because thinking back, probably because of that factory, and I hadn't had it. I'm like, well, I like cigars out of this factory, so. But now that I know I've smoked it, I would smoke it again. This was good. I did enjoy it. Like I said, it's not like anything like, oh my god, but like it's really good. Like I would buy more of these. These are really good.
Which is the beauty of Smokin' Blind. Okay, so take a good look at your second one.
Why? Do you know what it is?
I know. She told me what it is.
Did she tell you right now?
Yeah, I feel that you should know what it is just by looking at it, maybe.
I mean, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it looks like a standard Toro. I mean, it's hard. Is it?
Let me look at it. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, without smoking it, I mean, I was honestly surprised you got, like, I can see how you got yours, but, like, I feel like yours was easier to pick out of a crowd than this. I mean, this looks like any fucking Toro.
Well, like All Saints, their box press is like,
What's this, a 6x50?
It's very, very identifiable.
This looks like a 6x50. Are you familiar with this cigar?
It's one that I really want to smoke.
So it's new.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Nicaraguan?
Shit. Hold on.
I feel like I'm going to be here all night just trying to figure out the second one now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure it out. Just by looking at it, no way. No way. Unless I cut it and light it, but I'm not smoking another cigar. We got to wrap up soon, so.
Right on. Just looking at what would you say the wrapper is?
I don't know, because I thought I had the first one down. And the shades look very similar. Either Habano or Corojo.
It's a Habano.
Yeah, Habano. Yeah, I mean it's that medium brown. I mean it's not a Maduro, it's not a Connecticut, and it's not coppery enough to be a sun-grown. So it's got to be a Habano. I guess the Corojo on this one makes sense now that I know.
So your second one is a limited edition.
It's a limited edition.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Nicaraguan?
Or
is it Dominican?
It's Dominican.
It's Dominican, limited edition, Habano.
Which limits it to like 80 different new cigars.
I know. That's what I'm like. I'm never gonna figure it out. I'm never gonna figure it out.
So do you want to know?
Yeah.
What is it? Smoke, or do you want to smoke it and see if you can figure it out?
Well, I'm not gonna smoke it now, but I'll put it away and I'll pull it out next time I have a cigar and I'll figure it out. Yeah, because you know what? Now I want to try to figure it out with that information. Well, anyway, this was fun. It's always fun to do this exercise. It, you know, like I said, it's a good palate, you know.
We
exercise.
Need to do this maybe once a quarter.
Yeah, I know. Like, I used to do these more often, and then you just kind of get into the grind. But this was great. Like, this was a lot of fun. You just sit here just trying to figure it out. Like, all right, what tastes similar? But it's hard. And again, this is why cigars are so we talk about it all the time. Like, you can go to one factory and you could make 100 different cigars that are all completely different. They might taste some similar, but it's hard. Like, you smell, you're like, I know what this is, and you're just like, no. You're like, damn it.
What would be funny is to have the wives actually pick us cigars that are all from the same factory, but different
for both
brands,
of us,
different blends, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I want to do this again soon, and we'll have to get a little more creative with it.
Yeah,
try to make it a little different. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's gonna do it for our blind tasting show tonight. Don't forget to check out the charity. Seriously, the link is in the comments. If you're looking for it after the show, if you're listening, you're watching later, DM one of us. We will send you the link. I promise we'll get it to you. But don't forget to check it out. New stuff's being added. There's more prizes than are listed currently because stuff was literally added today that I have not put up yet. So stay tuned. Like I said, a box of the Tatuaje Anarchy NFT cigars and a box of the LFD Golden Bowl have both just been graciously donated by Alexander Martinez. So one winner of each of those boxes will be picked. So those are up. Those are not on the site yet, but I will tell you officially that is in the drawing now. So there's a box of NFT cigars from both of those up for grabs. As always, don't forget to go to smokintabacco.com for more news, reviews, and updates from the cigar industry. And we will see you next week. Same time, same place. Looking forward to it. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good night.
See you guys.